Angelica.
Alexander! Congratulations. You have invented a new kind of stupid, a damage you can never undo kind of stupid, and open all the cages in the zoo kind of stupid. Truly, you didn't think this through kind of stupid. Let's review. You took a rumor a few, maybe two people knew, and refuted it by sharing an affair of which no one has accused you. I begged you to take a break, you refused to. So scared of what your enemies will do to you. You're the only enemy you ever seem to lose to. You know what, Jefferson can do what he wants. He doesn't dignify schoolyard taunts with a response. So yeah, congratulations.
Angelica.
You've redefined your legacy. Congratulations.
It was an act of political sacrifice.
Sacrifice? I languished in a loveless marriage in London. I lived only to read your letters. I look at you and think, God, what have we done with our lives, and what did it get us? That doesn't wipe the tears of the years away, but I'm back in the city and I'm here to stay, and you know what I'm here to do.
Angelica.
I'm not here for you. I know my sister like I know my own mind. You will never find anyone as trusting or as kind. And a million years ago she said to me, this one's mine. So I stood by. Do you know why? I love my sister more than anything in this life. I will choose her happiness over mine every time. Eliza is the best thing in our lives. So never lose sight of the fact that you have been blessed with the best wife. Congratulations. For the rest of your life, every sacrifice you make is for my sister. Give her the best life. Congratulations.
Dear Theodosia, how to say to you? Sometime last night, your mother breathed your name, and like a flame that flickers out too soon, she died. She's gone. She dedicated every day to you. She changed my life. She made my life worthwhile. And when you smile, I know a part of her lives on. I know I can go on. You have come of age with our young nation. We bleed and fight. Sometimes it seems that's all we do, but you and I will build a strong foundation. And I'll be here for you. The way is clear for you to blow us all away. Someday, someday. Yeah, you'll blow us all away. Someday, someday. I may not live to see our glory,
Alexander, there's a letter for you from South Carolina.
but I will gladly join the fight.
It's from John Lawrence. I'll read it later.
No, it's not.
And when our children tell our story,
Will you read it?
they'll tell the story of tonight.
On Tuesday, the 27th, Lieutenant Colonel John Lawrence was killed in a gunfight against British troops in South Carolina. These troops had not yet received word from Yorktown that the war was over. He is buried here until his family can send for his remains. As you may know, Lieutenant Colonel Lawrence was engaged in recruiting 3,000 men for the 1st All-Black Military Regiment. The surviving members of this regiment have been returned to their masters.
Tomorrow there'll be more of us.
Alexander. Commander, are you all right?
I have so much work to do.
I hope you're happy.
Sir, is this about the Whiskey Rebellion in Western Pennsylvania?
You could have given me a word of warning.
Because it is your Secretary of State, Thomas Jefferson, who has been agitating these men.
Thomas Jefferson resigned this morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is expensive stuff.
The whiskey tax is very unpopular but necessary.
Haven't you talked enough?
I hate to think about what Jefferson will do when he's no longer in this cabinet.
Why?
Imagine the damage he'll inflict agitating from the outside.
He's gonna run for president in 2 years' time.
But you'll still be president, sir.
I won't be president in 2 years' time.
You could remain as long as you're alive.
One last ride. While I'm in my prime, I need you by my side. While we still have time, we're gonna teach them how to say goodbye. To say goodbye, you and I. Let's begin. First, write my farewell address. Madison wrote the first draft, it's a mess. Start with his words or start from scratch.
To you, sir.
Down the hatch.
Now what about the rebels who are mad about their whiskey?
I have a plan, but it's risky.
What is your plan, sir?
If I still fit in this thing, we're gonna turn around and win this thing. One last ride. Let's show these hellions I'm gonna need you by my side. We know from rebellions, we're gonna teach them how to stay in line, to stay in line. You and I. Hey, 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 I never wanted a crown. I never wanted to leave. But I couldn't turn my back on a nation in need.
Sir, you were born to lead.
One last ride. Past my prime, but I heard served with pride. While we still have time, we're gonna teach them how to say goodbye. You and I.
Western Pennsylvania, here comes the president.
Oh my God.
Here comes the president.
Everybody put your guns down.
Here comes the president.
Really, B? It is. Look.
Here comes the president.
Washington. You are outgunned.
What?
Outmanned.
What?
Outnumbered.
Pay your
Outplanned.
fucking
Put
taxes!
your guns down on my command.
Hand them over!
This is Hamilton, my right-hand man.
What?
Outman,
You hear it?
outnumbered,
Now that's the still
by the
spirit!
greatest man in all of the land.
Please rise for your president!
George Washington.
Though in reviewing the incidents of my administration, I am unconscious of intentional error, I'm nevertheless too sensible of my defects not to think it probable that I may have committed many errors. I shall also carry with me the hope that my country will view them with indulgence, and that after 45 years of my life dedicated to its service with an upright zeal, the faults of incompetent abilities will be consigned to oblivion, as I myself must soon be to the mansions of rest. I anticipate with pleasing expectation and retreat, in which I promise myself to realize the sweet enjoyment of partaking in the midst of my fellow citizens, the benign influence of good laws under a free government, the ever favorite object of my heart, and the happy reward, as I trust, of our mutual cares, labors, and dangers. One last ride. Teach them how to say goodbye.
And I boat across the Hudson at dawn. My friend William P. Van Ness signed on as my number 2. Hamilton arrived with his crew, Nathaniel Pendleton and the doctor that he knew.
Number 3.
I watched Hamilton examine the terrain. I wish I could tell you what was happening in his brain. Just apologize, we have worthier pursuits.
Most disputes die and no one shoots. Number 4.
Hamilton drew first position, looking to the world like a man on a mission. This is a soldier with a marksman's ability. The doctor turned around so he could have deniability.
5.
Now I didn't know this at the time, but we were in the same spot. My son died. Is that why?
6.
He examined his gun with such rigor. Watched as he methodically fiddled with the trigger.
7.
Confession time, here's what I got. My fellow soldiers will tell you I'm a terrible shot.
Number 8.
Your last chance to negotiate. Send in your second, see if they can set the record straight. They won't teach you this in your classes, but look it up. Hamilton was wearing his glasses. Why? If not to take deadly aim. That's when I realized this was not a game. I had only one thought before the slaughter. This man will not make an orphan of my daughter.
Number 9.
Look him in the eyes, aim no higher. Summon all the courage you require, then count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He aims his pistol at the sky.
Wait!
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
One last thought.
Number 1.
Before we got in the boat to cross the Hudson, I stopped to write a note. Actually, I wrote 2, just in case I didn't make it through. I want the world to know what I intended to do.
Number 3.
If I shoot first and throw it away, he has to yield. We both get to live another day. I know this puts me in a difficult spot, but I've got to throw away my shot.
Number 4.
I get lucky, I draw first position. I stand facing east as I load my ammunition. The sun is in my eyes, I am almost giddy as I watch it slowly rise over my New York City.
5.
I start to shake when I realize that we are in the same spot. My son died, is that why?
6.
I examined the gun that we shared. Philip never hurt a soul, he must have been so scared.
7.
My Eliza is still asleep. I left her a letter, I could have written it better.
Number 8.
Your last chance to negotiate. Send in your second, see if they can set the record straight. Put on my glasses so I can see if Burr is softening. I see him glaring back at me. He's always hated dueling, hated confrontation. I never had his instinct for self-preservation. I feel a sense of calm fill me. It's not in his political interest to kill me.
9.
My last thought is of Eliza. Maybe I can get back home before she opens her eyes. They put us through our paces. We count to 10. God, I can't wait to see her again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He aims his pistol at the sky.
Wait! How does the hot-headed, short-tempered protean creator of the Coast Guard, founder of the New York Post, ardently abuse his cabinet post, destroy his reputation? Welcome, folks, to the Adams administration. Jefferson's the runner-up, which makes him the vice president.
Washington can't help you now, no more, Mr. Nice President.
Adams fires Hamilton, calling him the Creole bastard in his taunts.
No.
Hamilton publishes his response.
An open letter to the fat, arrogant, anti-charismatic, national embarrassment known as President John Adams.
Shit.
The man's irrational. He claims that I'm in league with Britain in some vast international intrigue. Bitch, please, you wouldn't know what I'm doing. You're always going berserk, but you never show up to work. Give my regards to Abigail next time you write about my lack of moral compass. At least I do my job up in this rumpus. The line is behind me, I crossed it again. Well, the president lost it again. Oh, such a rough life. Better run to your wife, you're the bosses in Boston again. Let me ask you a question. Who sits at your desk when you're in Massachusetts? They were calling you a dick back in 76, and you haven't done anything new since. You nuisance with no sense. You'll die of irrelevance. Go ahead, you can call me the devil. You spot him, I love you spot him, malevolence. Say hi to the Jeffersons and the spies all around me. Maybe they can confirm. I don't care if I kill my career with this letter. Confining you to one term. You fat mother.
He's out of control.
No, it's fine.
He's out of power, he holds no office, and he just destroyed the only other significant member of his party.
He's a host unto himself. As long as he can hold a pen, he's a threat. Let's let him know what we know.